Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video, here to talk about the latest episode of Canada's Drag Race Canada vs the World Season 2. Before we get into that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below, who are you rooting for? Personally, I don't know who I'm rooting for yet. It is only episode 2, but I am also cautious that it's going to be a very short season because we've only got like 9 queens, which means it's going to be about 6 episodes. I have a feeling it could be like... I don't know. I have a feeling, based on how this episode has gone, the top 3, or like top 4, however they're going to do it, is going to be like Lemon, Cheryl, and Kennedy Davenport. Like, they're in the top 2 episodes in a row, and it gives me that energy that they're kind of like, they know what they're doing, they've got it, they're doing it. So we'll see. Things look a little bit different again today. Apologies, I swear, I just always change things around. I feel like for these, I kind of want to do something where it's kind of like nice, kind of like plain background. You know, I've got a little like desk. I can have like my phone here to actually like go through the pictures, which means you won't hear me clicking every 5 seconds. I can have a little drink, you know, very, I mean, I'm back at work tomorrow, so I shouldn't have too much to drink today. But, hey, you know, I haven't had a drink all... Well, no, that's a lie. I went up to London on Thursday last week. And I had a cocktail then. But I don't drink very often. And, you know, I feel like this is like a really cute thing just to kind of like... I mean, it's kind of sad because I'm sat here by myself. But, you know, I just think it's nice to kind of like sit here, talk about Drag Race, have a little drink, and, you know, just get into it with you guys. I like this idea. I think it looks cute, and I think this setup looks a lot cuter than it does when I'm just sat at my desk, looking up at the camera as well. You know, at least I can kind of like look directly at you guys and be like, hello. And yes, as you can see, I've got my hair did today. I put a little, you know, eye makeup on for you guys. And yeah, I'm feeling really cute, you know. So let's get into the episode. We'll go through queen by queen, you know, alphabetically. Talk about the actual challenge first before we get into that. So this week's challenge, it was an improv acting challengey thing, which I love. I love a bit of improv, especially when we've got good queens doing it. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, so the TV show that they were doing was called The Hole. I believe it's like a parody of like Traitors. Correct me if I'm wrong. We had Lisa Renner there, which was interesting, especially considering she apparently had no idea what she was doing, and she was probably the worst guest judge in like Drag Race history, because she literally didn't realise until she got back to her hotel room that the queens were acting. She generally thought these were the characters that they were, and like... because of that, she couldn't really give like any like real critiques. I'm like, geez, Louise, like you had like, I mean, 2 jobs. One was to be in the actual skit, and she couldn't like remember Fierce's name. She called her Miss Fabulicious or something like that. And I don't know. It was entertaining to watch, but from like the point of view of actually getting critiques, I'm like, no, what are you doing? Like, no. I don't know, you know, I don't know why they picked her to do this either. I don't know, has she been on Traitors? Because she's from Real Housewives? Question mark? I don't watch reality TV like shows. Like the only reality TV show I watch is Drag Race, and I watch a lot of Drag Race, so I watch technically kind of, I suppose, a lot of reality TV, but I also don't, because I only watch Drag Race. Anyway, we're getting really off track here. I say we're like you're having a conversation with me. I realise I'm here by myself. This this is how my mind works, or doesn't work, as I like to say a lot of the time, because I feel like my brain kind of goes at like 50 miles an hour and has like 50 million ideas, and then I have to kind of pull them in, and then I never get like round to actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I talk at 50 million miles per hour. Not literally, I can't speak that quickly, but yeah. Where were we? So yeah, Lisa Rinna. Strange. Well, I don't think she's the strange choice. I just think she was strange in the challenge, maybe. Okay. Moving on. So yeah, we had some good improv. We had some bad improv. I don't know if you could even really call it improv, considering they didn't do much. And you had some queens that were just kind of there. Like I said, we'll go through them alphabetically. I was going to say A to Z, and then I decided against it because I was like, well, there's no queens in this season whose name begins with a Z. And then I just thought, I just won't do it. And then I explained it anyway. So up first, showing on this side, most likely, is Alexis Mateo. Now, the runway theme for this challenge was Mother Nature, I believe. Now, this look is not my favourite. I don't dislike it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like we've seen Alexis look better. Well, I mean, just look at last episode. Her look was literally my favourite from the last episode. And this one's just a bit, I don't know. She is the only one that kind of literally did a half and half. So she did half like water and half like actual nature-y. Whereas everyone else kind of did one or the other. So I like the fact that she did that. It's nice that she actually did a half and half. But I don't know. I can't quite pinpoint what it is about the outfit that makes it not my favourite. But it's just not my favourite, okay? Don't hate me, Alexis. I love you. You're like one of my favourite queens. I mean, I've got a lot of favourite queens, but you are definitely one of my favourite queens. And I love this hair on you. I think this hair looks... I mean, I love the fact that I say this. Like, she's actually going to watch this. Highly doubt that. But you never know. Ada Fox, like, at least took the time to comment on one of my Queen of the Universe videos. So, you know, that there's always a possibility. I don't think she would, though. But, you know, I love Alexis. I think this look is fine. I think we've seen her look better. But I definitely don't, like, hate it. It's just not my favourite look. Now, in the challenge, she had the Karen character. Now, we all know what a Karen is, or at least I think most of us know what a Karen is. And I think Alexis did fine. Alexis was safe this episode, and I think she did a safe job in the challenge. Now, I think she could have pushed it further. I think she felt very much the same level the entire way through it. I think she needed to kind of like, at some point, just go big and really kind of like get that Karen energy, because I feel like she just seemed very reserved. Now, I don't know if that's because the episode itself felt like the queens didn't necessarily get a lot of time to kind of like speak and interact with themselves. I don't know if it's that. I don't know if it's just maybe Alexis didn't quite connect with the character or really understand what a Karen was. Because I feel like she really need to at some point like just lose her mind and like just become really self-entitled and start yelling at people. I feel like we needed that, and I feel like that was missing. But, you know, Alexis was safe. I'm very happy for that. You know, I love Alexis, and more Alexis Mateo on my TV is never a bad thing. So I'm never going to complain about her coming back. Up next, we have Cheryl. Now, Cheryl was in the top this week, as was the rest of her girl group from last week. So, you know, these three are very much giving me top three energy. You know, I could very much see Cheryl, Kennedy and Lemon being the top three of the season. Now, Cheryl was definitely one of my favourites in the challenge. I think the thing that held her back was this outfit. Now, Cheryl very much went for a Dune-inspired look. Now, I have never seen Dune, but I know this is a Dune-inspired look. I've seen things about Dune. My ex used to really like Dune. I've never really like gotten into it myself. But you know, she started off with like this whole sort of like brown like desert look, and then she revealed to this, and I like the idea of this. It doesn't necessarily fit the best, and I just feel like it's a bit plain, maybe. I love the hair, and the makeup's quite nice. It's the look itself I think lets it down, and I think honestly the look is what stopped Cheryl from winning. I literally think this could have been Cheryl's win, because in the improv challenge, I almost said the acting challenge, I mean acting, improv, kind of same things, just one's got a script and one doesn't. So this, I loved Cheryl in this, honestly. Like, she was playing the super fan, and from the moment she walked in, she was the super fan. And I kid you not, it was literally like, it was so heartwarming to see Cheryl do. I mean, she did really well last episode, but I feel like this episode she just really like smashed it out of the park. I absolutely adored her in this episode. I was so happy to see her do so well, and I was just, yeah, it's just disappointing that she didn't get the win, but I just think this was what stopped her from getting the win, unfortunately. I love you, Cheryl. Cheryl is just such a... I've never met Cheryl. I'm going to preface this by saying that I've never met Cheryl. I would love to meet Cheryl just because she seems like such a lovely person. And, you know, she just seems like she'd be fun to hang out with. But, yeah, I think great episode for Cheryl. You know, it's 2 episodes in a row she's been in the top. I'm really hoping Cheryl's going to actually get a win this season, because I think, you know, she needs one. Up next, we've got Eureka. Now, Eureka played the soap opera star. Now, I feel like Eureka was almost doing like a parody of a soap opera star. But again, I just feel like she almost didn't take it far enough somehow. So, like, some of the things she said, I was like sat there going, okay, that's very much like her overacting as a soap opera star. I love that. And, you know, the fact that she was talking to, like, Lisa Rinna would know who she was sort of thing. I feel like that's very much like a, you know, you when you get TV shows where it's like, oh, there's a soap opera star on there, as a character, they're always like, oh yeah, everyone knows who I am sort of thing. And, you know, I got that energy. I don't know. I feel like she could have, like, plugged herself more. So, like, I very much think of... Have you guys seen... I love how, again, I'm talking to you like you're going to reply to me. So, there's a TV show called Hot in Cleveland. If you have not seen this show, oh my god, you need to watch it. It has Betty White in it. Hilarious. It's got, I can't remember the actress's name, but she played the, like, care assistant in Frasier, who ended up marrying, like, Frasier's brother. She's in it, hilarious. But there is a character who's one of, like, the main characters who is, like, an actress. And, you know, she's very much like, oh, do you want my autograph? Oh, this person's coming up to talk to me because they know who I am and they want my autograph sort of thing. Not in that accent. I'm not sure what accent that was. But, you know, it's very much that sort of thing. And that is the energy that I think Eureka really needed. And I think that's the energy that was lacking. You know, that's what I needed. And again, Eureka was safe this episode. I think she could have either been safe or low. I think maybe what pushed her into safe was this outfit. Because this outfit, I'm not going to lie, I love this outfit. I do think it gets a little bit, like, almost like paper mache, like, towards the bottom where we've got all the things on there. But I love the idea. I think it looks really good on her. This is the sort of proportionizing that I expect from Eureka. You know, I think everything's on point. Like, I think she's got, you know, she dips in where she needs to and out again where she needs to. And I think that was missing last episode. So I think this was... this was a good look for Eureka on the runway. I just feel like in the acting challenge, again, she just needed to find those nuances that I feel like... You know, if you watch a lot of TV, I watch a hell of a lot of TV. I watch so much TV, it's probably not good. But, you know, it's very much like it makes sense. And, like, that's the sort of... Like, if I had got this character, that character from Hot in Cleveland is exactly the sort of thing that I would have been portraying. So, any of you Disney fans... So, I say any of you Disney fans, this is kind of like one of those films that I think only... Like... It's very underrated. So, The Emperor's New Groove, hilarious movie. If you've not seen it, oh my god, you need to watch it. If nothing else, for Eartha Kitt doing the voice of the villain, Yzma, hilarious. But the actress that I'm thinking of from Hot in Cleveland does the voice of Putch's wife. Hilarious character again, you know, takes no prisoners, so funny. But yeah, please, go watch that movie, go watch that TV show. She is brilliant in both. Both are also just really great watches anyway, in my opinion. But I think, you know, for me, if I'd got the soap opera star, I would have pulled from that character from Hot in Cleveland. I would have, like, completely gone down that rabbit hole. I would have been asking people if they wanted my autograph. I would have been like, you know, come in, I would have been like, oh yes, I'm so-and-so, I've won a daytime Emmy sort of thing, or something like that, and just, like, really, like, hammered it home. You know, that would have been, I think, you know, more kind of like, oh, she's a soap opera star, she thinks she's a really big deal, but, you know, actually maybe no one actually knows who she is, sort of thing. And I think she got a little bit of that with her interactions with Lisa Rinna. I just think there needed to be more. You know, there was more that she could have done with it to really push it further. But this look is astounding. I absolutely love this look. I think it's... Is it my favourite? Maybe. It's definitely up there. It's definitely up there. Moving on to our winner of the challenge, which is Kennedy Davenport. So again, you know, Kennedy was high last episode, winning this episode, and, you know, winning an improv challenge again. You know, considering Kennedy is always like portrayed as this pageant queen, Kennedy does great in comedy challenges for the most part. You know, All Stars 3 Snatch Game was a bit... it wasn't bad, it just... you know, she did so well in season 7 that it was... anything less than that was going to be disappointing, wasn't it? But, you know, this episode, she played the know-it-all. The fact that she was, like, pulling bits of paper out from, like, under her, like, dress, under her, like, hair and stuff like that, hilarious. She had a notebook that she was writing stuff in. You know, at points someone would say something and she'd be like, I already knew that. And I'm just kind of like, of course you did, because you're a know-it-all. You know it all. It was hilarious. I can definitely see why they gave Kennedy the win, especially with this look as well. Now, this look is almost a bit reminiscent of Eureka's. I'm not saying they, like, copied each other, because obviously they came in with these, but I think, you know, Eureka's almost went more sort of like, I'm a character in a fantasy film on a budget, whereas Kennedy went, I'm a drag queen, look at me sparkle. And I love this. I love both looks. I think, you know, they're great, you know, two different ways to go with it, and I think, you know, this is stunning on Kennedy. Kennedy rarely misses on the runway for me, I think. You know, I think she does very well. She always looks very, very good. So, yeah, I've not really got much else to say. Kennedy is the winner of this challenge. I think it's very well deserved. You know, I think Kennedy, Lemon and Cheryl are very much setting themselves up as the front runners. Although Cheryl doesn't have a win yet, she's been in the top for 2 episodes in a row. I think that's pretty good going. Up next, we have LaPhil. LaPhil. I love LaPhil. They are someone who I was really sad when they left season 4 of Drag Race UK, and unfortunately they went home again this episode. And I can understand why they were in the bottom. You know, I think so. They had the character of the girl looking for love, and I think it was just a difficult character to do. I don't know what I would have done with it. I mean, maybe kind of gone around going, "Are you single? Are you single? Who's single?" or something like that. I'd like to start with, and then kind of build from there. Where she kind of like laser focused on. She started off with Brad, which was a bit kind of funny, and that kind of like didn't go anywhere. And then she just kind of focused on Lemon the entire rest of the way, and it was a bit like, okay. So yeah, I can understand her being in the bottom 3 because yeah, it just didn't go anywhere, and you know, that happens. But LaFille's really enjoyed herself. She said she had a good time. She thought she was funny. And honestly, if you can leave a challenge feeling really good about yourself, more power to you, because I am very much the sort of person I would get in my head. I would be sat there second guessing everything, going, oh my God, I don't think I did well. But, you know, I love LaFille. LaFille is one of those queens that if they invited her back again, I would not be mad. Just because I love LaFille so much. And this look, now, I love the fact that she said that with this, they were all sort of like recycled materials. So they're like all materials that they would have like thrown away otherwise had they not used them for this look. And honestly, I'm going to pick my phone up for this. Yeah, it's not my favourite. I don't know, I don't get the look. Like, she explained it, like, as she was going down the runway. But again, I suppose that's the thing. If you have to kind of explain the look, is it really doing its job? And realistically, it just wasn't my favourite. I'm sorry, LaFille. I love you so much. I think you did really well in the lip sync. It could have gone either way for me, personally, but... Up next, we've got Lemon, who's our other queen that was in the top. Lemon, this look... I love this look. Now, I believe this was referencing a certain substance that a lot of people, especially a lot of queens, seem to use, that I personally don't and never have, and just don't see the appeal of using. But I think this is done in a way that I've never seen that sort of look done. You know, it's definitely a different sort of colour. I love this colour on Lemon. I think it looks so good. And it's such, I feel like a different colour for Lemon, because I think when you think of Lemon, you think she's going to do yellow. She's going to do a Nymphia and like everything's going to be, well, Nymphia did a lot of yellow, but she didn't, like, not everything was yellow. So I love this look. I don't know what else to say. I think I have to say this is my favourite, actually. Yeah, just the colours are also complementary to Lemon. I think it all just goes so well together. Lemon's my favourite of the week, okay? So, what was it? Alexis last week, Lemon this week. Lemon in the challenge played the gay guy. And I think we got a lot more from Lemon than anyone expected. Even the judges said this. They were like, oh, you know, when you were the gay guy, we thought you would just come out and be like, Lemon. And they weren't. And I think that was just such, like, I was like, when they first came out, I was like, this isn't what I thought you were going to do. I literally just thought you were going to play yourself. I was very smart not to do that. They put on like a fake voice. You know, they were very kind of almost like hoity-toity. I thought it really worked for them. I can 100% see why Lemon was in the top again this week. I love Lemon. And I just think she's done really well these first 2 episodes. It makes it sound like I'm expecting her to do badly next week. I mean, next week is a design challenge, and we've got a fair few people that aren't really like... I mean, like, Cheryl's not done well on design challenges beforehand. Lemon's not done well on design challenges beforehand. Well, we're going to have to see how that goes. Up next, we've got Fierce, because I'm going to call her that because I can't say her name without getting frustrated at myself because I can't pronounce it properly the first couple of times. So, Fierce picked a character that was supposed to be like really petty. And she was like, I'm picking this character because it's just like me, so I don't really have to do much. And it's a very dangerous game to play that, isn't it? Because, you know, you can do really well with that. You know, you can add something new to it. Like, look at Lemon. You know, Lemon played the gay guy. Lemon's a gay guy. I'm pretty sure anyway. Apologies if I'm wrong, Lemon. But, you know, Lemon did really well. She added new layers to it. Fierce, I feel like, just kind of went in and was like, yeah, I'm here. Didn't really add a lot to it. And yeah, it didn't really go anything. I don't really remember Fierce in the challenge, if I'm honest. But I love this look, Fierce. I mean, you know, we know Fierce can turn a good look. A fierce look, if you will. And I love this. Honestly, I think this is really good. You know, I know a lot of people, me included, don't really like pregnant drag queens, but I think this was really well done. No notes. I think, you know, Fierce was in the bottom 3, and honestly, I think based on the challenge and the runway, I would pick Fierce to give the Golden Beaver to. It's who Lemon picked. No, it's not, because Lemon wasn't in the top this week. It's who Kennedy picked. And, you know, yeah, I think I would have done the same. I think she didn't necessarily do... She was just a bit meh in the challenge, but this look out of the bottom 3, you know, to me, I would have saved her too. Last but not least, we have Tynomi Banks. Now, I feel like Tynomi is possibly another case of a queen that's really great outside the show. Is a really great queen, but maybe just not made for Drag Race. Now, Tynomi's character was supposed to be the kooky clairvoyant. Wasn't really a lot there. Like, as soon as she walked in, Brad said, did a little, like, hi with her, and then was like, I bet you know the next question I'm going to ask. And Tynomi was just kind of like, yeah, I do, but ask me anyway. And I'm like, if that was me, I probably would have gone back with, like, some sort of retort about, yes, I do, you dirty boy, or something like that. Like, you know, something to kind of, like, actually be like, I know what you're going to ask me. I'm going to give you an answer. And, you know, it's great because then he wouldn't actually, like, ask the question at that point anyway. But then everyone else would be like, oh, my God, what was the question, sort of thing. You know, that's, I think, the sort of thing they were looking for, but didn't really do anything. I mean, like... I don't really remember Tynomi in the actual challenge. The only thing I really remember is them doing a Jamaican accent, which was a great accent. You know, I love a good Jamaican accent, and I really enjoyed it, and I enjoyed her look, but that was kind of it. Now, as for this runway look, I think this runway look was fine. Again, you know, this is another one where they went for more the water route than anything else. The problem is, Tynomi didn't sell me on the look. Like, she had the look, and, you know, she walked down and kind of modelled it, but I didn't believe in the look. I was just kind of going, the way you're selling it to me, I feel like this look's actually a bit rubbish. And it feels like you feel like it's a bit rubbish as well. So, I don't know. It wasn't my favourite look. I don't think she was great in the challenge. I think she did, again, kind of disappear. We are starting to see Tynomi kind of go back to how she was in Canada Season 1, which I don't want. Tynomi doesn't want, no one wants that. You know, she's got people giving her pep talks again. You know, Alexis gave her a pep talk saying, you know, you are really funny. Like, we hang out. I know you're funny. And then telling Kennedy to put Tynomi in the bottom so she can get a show. And don't get me wrong, you know, I think Tynomi did a fantastic job in the lip sync. I still think it could have gone either way. And honestly, they're both queens that I kind of want to see more of. So, you know, either way I was going to be sad. But I don't know, I need Tynomi to get out of her head. We needed her to do that on Season 1 of Canada, and she didn't, and she ended up going home. If she keeps going like this, I think she's going to be gone sooner rather than later, especially considering how short a season this is. But I'm hopeful. You know, I love Tynomi. I think she's a fantastic queen, even though all I've seen of her is on Drag Race. I can see there's something there, you know, even without everyone else saying, we know you're like this, why aren't you doing that here? We just need her to get out of her head. And she might not, but even if she doesn't, you know, and she has the same sort of run that she had on Canada 1, she's still going to be killing it out in the real world. So, you know, guys, honestly, please make sure you're showing these queens your love, because it's not easy to go on a TV show and put yourself out there. Yes, I know you guys say, oh, you know, they put themselves on TV, you know, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, they're still people, and, you know, they're doing this for, like, their careers and stuff like that, you know, to make a living doing what they love to do. So show them some love. Don't be assholes, please. But that was the list of queens and my thoughts on the episode. I agree with the top. I agree with the bottom 3. I think if I was in that situation, I would have saved Fierce as well. You know, I think, yeah, I think it was a pretty fair episode. I think I agree with the tops. I agree with the bottoms. I think a lot of the queens could have done more to push their characters, but what are you going to do? Next episode 3, is going to be a design challenge. Well, it's a ball, isn't it? So they're probably going to have 2 looks and then have to make the third one. I'm nervous for Cheryl. I'm nervous for Lemon. You know, I think this could be the episodes where they're not in the top finally. But, you know, we'll see what happens. They could pull something out that blows everyone away. But let me know down below, who are you rooting for the season? Did you enjoy this episode? And did you agree with the outcome of the lip sync? I think it could have gone either way, honestly. But let me know down below. While you're there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you lovely, lovely people next time. See ya. Bye.